welcome to this video. So in this video we will be looking at the abstraction which is used in object-oriented paradigm or object-oriented programming, and we will be using Java in order to look at it. Okay, for this I have just created a program by the name vehicle. So first let us write it down. This is basically a program to demonstrate abstraction. So as already mentioned in my theory session, we have already talked about what abstraction is. Basically it deals with the hiding of details, and that means hiding of the implementation, but definitely an interface would be shown to the user. Okay, so let us see how this abstraction works. As already mentioned, an abstraction can be achieved using abstract classes or interfaces, and today we will be looking at abstract classes precisely. Okay, for this I have already created this program with the name of vehicle. So first let us check if I can simply create an abstract method inside a class without using the abstract keyword. Okay, so this is my class vehicle, and here what I'll do is I'll try to create an abstract class, let's say abstract method, let's say start. Okay, and so abstract methods are those methods which has the method declaration but it does not have the implementation or the definition. So let me save this, and here what I will try to do is I'll try to compile this. So when I'm trying to compile this, so what is the error that I'm getting? Vehicle is not abstract and it does not override the abstract method start in vehicle class vehicle. So here it is said that the class vehicle is not an abstract class, and hence an abstract method cannot be there within an abstract class. Okay, so now for this, in order to remove this error, we have to introduce abstract keyword here. So let us see. I'll just save it and we will compile it. Is it written? Yes, abstract. So I'll simply compile this now. So it gets compiled, that means no error is shown. That means if I am supposed to use an abstract method, definitely the class in which I am using the abstract method should also be declared as abstract. But is the vice versa always necessary? So let us see if I can write any method here, okay, any concrete method here without the use of keyword abstract. So I'll compile this. Yes, it gets automatically compiled. That means the abstract classes can have concrete as well as abstract methods. However, an abstract method can be present only in an abstract class. So this is the first point that we have to remember while we are dealing with abstract classes and abstraction. So here I will introduce the abstract keyword, and here I have declared this particular method without actually defining it. Right, now I will create two different classes, which is class car, which will be extending the class vehicle, and here I have two different methods, the same method which is start, but we have to define it. This is the second point that we have to remember. So how are we going to define it? We will simply use void and followed by the name of the method, and here we will actually be giving the here we will actually be defining it. So here let me write it down: system.out.println, and I'll simply write that the car starts with a key. Okay, so this is the statement which needs to be printed when the start method gets overridden. All right. And so let me compile this. So if I have compiled it, so do I get any error? No. Now let me see if what will happen if I do not use or do not define this? Okay, let's see. I have a different method here. Okay, let's see, I have let's say stop. Okay, so I have a different method here. Okay, so I'll compile this, and here I'm getting the error saying that car is not abstract and does not override abstract method start. That means we have to override the abstract method start, which is there in the parent class, and we have to define it. So in order to do this, I have to define this particular abstract method which is there in the parent class. Similarly, again I have to create another method, another class, which is, let's say, bike. Okay, and this is also extending the parent class, and a similar thing happens with your bike also, which will be implementing the method which is mentioned as abstract in the parent class, right? And I will have a separate class where I will have the main method. So main method will have, let's say, class, I'll simply mention class test abstract. Okay, and here I will have the main method which is public. You can also mention this main method in any of the classes which are extending the class vehicle, but I'm just preferring it to write it separately for our own concerns. So public static void main, and here I will have to write down, or I will have to create objects in order to call those methods. Now, as already mentioned, another point that we have to remember when we are dealing with abstract classes, that abstract classes cannot be instantiated. That means we cannot create an object of the class vehicle. But let us first try if we can do that. Vehicle v is equal to new vehicle. So is it possible that my object would be created? So let us first save it and compile this. So when I'm compiling this, it is, oh sorry, the class should be capital, is capital here, C. So let us compile this. So what is the error? I'm getting vehicle is abstract and cannot be instantiated. That means I cannot possibly create an object of the class vehicle because this facility is not given to me in data abstraction. So what I'll try now, I have to create an object of the car. So new car C is equal to new car, and use this particular object in order to call the method which is overriding the abstract method. Okay, so if I'm trying to do this, do I get any error? No, I don't get any error. So let us run this. Java, what was the name of the class? Yes, it is test abstract. Test abstract. So when I'm entering this, I am getting the output as it starts with a key. Similarly, if I am using the second method, which is bike b is equal to new bike, and b dot start, so this should be calling the bike class. Okay, so let us first see, compile it, and then I can get the output that it starts with a key and it starts with a kick. So here we have discussed all the 3 points. That means for a class to be an abstract class, it has to be associated with an abstract keyword. Okay, essentially all the abstract classes can have abstract methods as well as non-abstract methods. However, if a method is abstract, the class that it is in should also be declared as abstract. Okay, and the second important point that we have discussed is if we are extending or if we are inheriting the properties of the abstract class, the class which is actually inheriting the properties of the parent abstract class should be implementing the abstract method which is declared in the abstract class. Otherwise we will get an error. And the next important point that we have discussed is we cannot instantiate any object of the parent class, parent abstract class. If this would have not have been abstract, we could have created an object, but since it is an abstract, we cannot, abstract class, we cannot create an object for the same. So these three important points we have to remember while we are dealing with abstract classes. We have to understand that this is simply in order to hide the details and hide the implementations regarding any of the functions. Only the interface would be shown to the user, okay, and the user can work with it without actually knowing the underlying parameters or underlying functionality of the entire program. So this is all about abstraction. We will again discuss more in details in our subsequent sessions. Thank you.